What genuinely changed your life? It wasn't something dramatic, not some big event that people might expect when they ask about life-changing moments. It was a simple shift in perspective, one that happened quietly but took root deep inside me over time. It started after I graduated college. I had this idea that everything would fall into place as soon as I had that degree in hand. I expected to get a decent job, start my career, and everything would click. Instead, I found myself in a string of dead-end jobs, each one feeling like it was leading nowhere. I was working in a small office, handling administrative tasks that barely required any thought. Every day felt like a blur of monotony. I wasn't living. I was just passing time. One evening, after yet another long day of answering emails and making copies, I met up with an old friend from college, Carla. We had lost touch after graduation, both of us going our separate ways, but we reconnected over drinks and caught up. She had moved across the country and was working as a freelance graphic designer. She told me about her projects, the clients she worked with, and the freedom of being her own boss. She wasn't making a fortune, but she was doing something she loved. The more she spoke, the more I felt like I was hearing a story that wasn't for me, but about the life I had somehow missed. As the night went on, I couldn't shake the feeling that I had been stuck in the wrong place, doing the wrong thing. Carla wasn't richer or more successful than me in any conventional sense, but she was happy. She was excited about her work, waking up each day with purpose. I didn't have that. I didn't know what it felt like to have that sense of fulfillment. On the way home, I kept thinking about the path I was on. It was safe, it was predictable, but it didn't feel like mine. I spent the next few weeks mulling over it. I started to research careers I had always been interested in, but had never thought I was capable of pursuing. I looked into graphic design, photography, even writing. I talked to people who were doing things I admired and asked them about their journeys. I started realizing that the only thing standing between me and a career I wanted was fear. Fear of failure. Fear of the unknown. It wasn't an overnight decision. I didn't quit my job the next day, but the more I reflected, the more I understood that I needed to make a change. I started small, taking on side projects, learning new skills. I enrolled in online courses and took workshops. I found myself getting lost in the process, excited by the possibility of doing something that felt right. Months later, I was able to leave my office job and transition into freelance work. It wasn't easy, and there were moments of doubt, but I learned to trust that the discomfort of growth was worth it. Leaving behind that security was one of the scariest things I've ever done, but it also turned out to be one of the most rewarding. That conversation with Carla about the life she had built for herself made me realize that I wasn't living the life I wanted, just the life I had settled for. What changed my life wasn't a sudden event, but the slow, steady realization that I had the power to shape my own future.